innings. As far as they're pitched up, most times, they're 1 for 17. Both of them swung the ball around off Lahiru Kumara. 2 for 35 for him. The knocking off stump out the ground, went cartwheeling out. Went for a hook shot down the leg side, gloved her on. So, yeah, living a charmed end this morning. And to make it count, make those his partner at the other end. 9 not out, and those who are out there. Vishwa Fernando on proceedings. Oh, that's close. Absolutely no questioning it for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, we talked about it. Verreynne turned around. He knew he was gone. But let's see, it nips back and does hit him. You never know. But boy, oh boy, Sri Lanka, they were after a fast start.
Yeah, there you go. Lahiru Kumara. Decision has to be made. It has to be made sharply. Then it makes it pretty difficult for anybody who's faced. That's good gap.
Early on in the next over. He saw a couple, but he doesn't even look up on me, he just turns around and
had to bat on off stump like Verreynne has. If the ball nips back, Verreynne just turning around and walking back to the change room. Short ones.
Inside.
Check. Up we go.
Front on, please. Front on, please. Yeah, freeze. Yeah, but spike is the ball.
But it seemed quite clear, certainly from up here. Nicely as Lahiru Kumara getting
the signal.
It's great to see that his time off. I mean, he's calling the shots there. He's
got that through.
Dangerous shot to be playing away from your body this early on in your innings, but he's not in full control. Once Jansen, it finds the boundary.
One thing I noticed there.
Oh, crack batting from the captain. It brings up the South African 100.
Yeah, they haven't been afforded. Kumara just back of a length, but he got onto it in a flash. Himself tall, got himself on top of the bounce. And
when you play a shot like that off a quick bowler who is bowling, when you play a shot like that, like Temba just did in front of square, off the back foot.
To the ball, but it will reach the boundary for 4. So Bavuma's been
top class batsman, should be able to put that away quite comfortably. Not trying to do it too hard, right out of the middle. Bavuma.
And this is the danger when bowled a wicket delivery there and offered up runs in the process.
particularly with batting with a lower order and just the ability.
Just looking terrific for the rest of this test, except for late in day 5.
Just saying it's a bit slow. That's one at 82 kilometers an hour. Seconds to consider the review, and he's reviewed it.
Director, we have a player in village for LBW, the original. Doesn't appear. And a little gap as the ball passes the bat. The original decision is out. Stand by, Paul.
And Paul Rifle confirms his decision. He gave it out. Gone for 13. South Africa now 100 and. Coming into proceedings, an equally impressive appeal at this point by these.
Oh, it's in there, and it's trying to hit Syria over the top, thickens her.
Man is put there 3/4 of the way in the outfield, having to dive forward. So it doesn't matter where you put him, he'll take the catch.
To attack and not let him settle.
Spinners. grazing the pad. Could have just been at the thick inside edge, but this is a fantastic catch. Really continued dipping on him. Themba Bavuma, who's been very comfortable. Yeah.
Not quite like that, Uma.
I was talking up our lower order quite a...
Keshav Maharaj.
Keshav Maharaj. And he's going to go. Bit of flight, bit of use of the feet, fantastic timing, great shot.
It's a long time ago. There you go, 4. Even better that time. The middle of the bat and all the way for 6.
And see, as soon as it's tossed up, once it get down to the pitch of it and...
Not going to catch up with that.
Valuable runs for South Africa, yeah. It's already 14 are starting to consider taking the spinner off out of the attack. All you find with the lower order batsmen, they don't. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sri Lankan.
To Pommy before the start of play had some sight screen issues.
Excellent shot again from Keshav Maharaj.
It's exactly what is needed. South Africa's...
We accessed that offside. Have a look at that. One of the...
Lately, but we know how dangerous he can be. He's got a quick...
This partnership.
Yeah, just to add to that, the one I gave you before is all time, and the last 5 is just through. But how easily will he be able to bat is...
Test match 50. 7 weeks out of the game on 50.
Yeah, he struggled when he first arrived at the crease.
Who batted so well has perished, and it's...
Over the top, sliced it, and it was a comfortable...
Yeah, it's a bowling change that the coach called for. The partnership started to take a little bit of momentum.
Oh, you'll be deeply disappointed with how he went out.
Let's look at the dismissal again, high on the bat and slicing across. And you shade over the 2 mark, and he's picked up 2 for 25. So he's been
Yeah, this is excellent cricket. Deep square back, and they've also have a deep cover. But happy to bowl at the new bat at KZ Rabada at this moment.
Hear it through our commentary box coming in.
KJ Rabada, he's shown over the years that he... Yeah, I think this was an excellent option from Kumara, the bouncer.
That's a great shot. Excellent from Themba Bavuma.
Well, Hazy, I'll call it the uppercut.
That was just a magnificent shot from Bavuma with those 2 feet off the ground.
End of 42 overs.
Tell you what, that is some shot.
Bavuma. Third, here's a question for you. So whoever won the toss here was...
The fact that conditions were firmly in pick up 4 wickets yesterday, that was important.
A great deal of pressure. South Africa have succumbed. They're in trouble at the moment.
This morning.
Kumara, this is not a bad delivery at all. And then the body, the weight is leaning into the shot, not trying to...
Against the balance. Brilliant balance.
Clatters after it. Ball wins the race to the boundary.
Themba Bavuma, but that balance once again. Just look high, the stump on the opposite side, but It had enough velocity to win the race.
He is the highest South African on that ICC Test ranking list at number 24.
Early 40s, mid 40s, but I can tell you what.
KG Rob, but he was going for a home run.
Yeah, KG Rabada, we've seen him trying to play a cut, man. It didn't have the velocity to go to the boundary.
Both Kumara and Jayasuriya on 9.
Outstanding work.
Bit of fortune for Themba Bavuma.
Scythe through it. Quick bowlers from years gone by, and I'm not talking about it's a real like gale force. Pass.
Would always venture up a little bit fuller because there used to be a little bit more bounce. And not many bowlers become floaty, so you still want to hit the surface with a great.
The ball off the seam just enough.
It would have been swirling in the wind. Yeah, just about.
Excellent stuff to get rid of the South African captain.
Yeah, and one reason only to get rid of the South African captain. It would have been swirling in the wind. Yeah, just about. 165 for 9.
Nicely played, Themba Bavuma. Really good night. I guess he hasn't had an opportunity to get down to have that X-ray, which is probably
To the cricket.
No. The moment, Hazy.
I will tell you.
Trying to go downtown, but this is an excellent catch because that wind is.
We will be taking lunch. We will extend.
Wild down leg.
It's an absolute bonus runs for South Africa, and right now they will is what he's into it, and it is a stiff breeze. Yeah, I think it's such a good point you make there, leaning into it.
For some, Vern.
I'm talking in terms of your balance, Hazy.
Toe. That's all he really does. There's a trigger movement. It's quite extraordinary.
Have good balance. Manchester United, new coach.
Dhananjaya De Silva replacing the 4 runs.
Utilised here by Sri Lanka. Side, and I will say it again, these are absolutely vital for
16 minutes, or of course the fall of the last wicket.
200. Been a big effort from 100. Straight down the ground.
If he's playing a shot like this, or finger I should say, then things seem to be.
again not trying to overhit it.
Wind was set to get up. Not too bad to be wrapped in a South African flag. $189 for 9.
Just got a little bit big on him.
Should have minus it to Fernando doing that. There's men back, prize delivery.
Yeah, it's a much better line, you'd say. This will be interesting to see how Mull that there was a little bit of discomfort in that hand, of course.
And the ball as well.
Cries of catch it. Asita Fernando picks up the final wicket.
Yeah, he persisted with his plan, did Fernando. He had the trap set for it. And he's picked up them to conclude the end of the South African innings.
Attack. I mean, really pleased with the work they've done here. I think they've been good with their line length, and suddenly was outstanding. And they've done it. Being forced to bat after losing the toss. One night, absolutely delighted with the work they've done here.
6 for 111.
Number 2 in the world. He will have that brand. But that man in picture, you will look to set.
As a wizard, we know that. Bruno Rutner's been around for a long time. And he's someone who is a bit of a rock for them. And that's
some of the big quicks that South Africa have to offer. Vernon gave it, averaging just under, or just on 21 and a half. Oh, straight away. We saw some prodigious
that movement away. Just enough, of course. Gets a bit of...
Yeah, this is much better from KG Rabada. The ability to...
That one slightly over the last few days, and Temba Bavuma will pull it back. But
I am pleased to see that the slips cordon seems to be nice and staggered earlier. It's good chase, good work from the skipper. See, the third slip is some way in front of the second.
You can have 9.5 to try and get some shape. So 3 from the first.
Well, now,
He's almost seemed the right-handers. Like you say, Polly, with this wind, you'd almost want to encourage.
Jansen's just got to step up a little bit after that first over.
Ryan Rickleton is the man who's fielding. There is a nick of the carry. Yes, I think the outside edge. South Africa over there first.
Yeah, this was an excellent catch diving forward by Aidan Markram. It's high fives all round.
First innings score, they probably did well in the end to get to 191. Well, he's on the tour and he's heading out to the crease, averaging over 43. He won't be on strike. It's nicely met. Forward. It's the nature of the surface here to be too deep. We've seen so many slip catches already in the first 11.
That wicket is going to help, of course, Marco Jansen now. There's
Yes, there's another one. This time take on. And South Africa off to a flyer.
Well, that's the important thing this time again for Marco Jansen. The line was spot on. 7 on the board and just slanting across a fraction. Fine cricketer is Tristan Stubbs, and that'll help Marco Jansen. Nasanka goes for 3, 7 for 2. Now Sri Lanka.
For a few more runs and a few more overs to have been delivered. 115 matches, averaging over 45. We have to. We saw it in the South African first innings where 2.
Well, South Africa, they've got 2 wickets.
Just want to talk a little bit about that catch. What he would normally do. So he's got no time really.
Just the angle across the right-hander. But
7 played as much Test cricket as Matthews. It's still an enjoyable moment to get off the.
Well, the younger guys look towards. For
So Jansen.
that want to add a few more to that scoreboard.
Higher up on the bat. And unfortunately, it'll be his favourite, obviously. Got him! That one is straight.
going across him. This one just coming back justly. The last couple of deliveries. This is quite special.
He's going across the right hand on this occasion, hitting the seam exactly where you want to get it, Marco Jansen. And there is no Chandimal. He goes for naught. Sri Lanka.
In at number 5, commendation. Unbelievable start to Test cricket. Average.
Oh, it's a lovely shot. Is he going to get there? Oh, the ball wins.
Looking at it, just strokes it to the boundary. I always say at Kings.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if you look at that, Kaya, you would know in Kingsmead, this is a high-scoring shot.
Everyone. They're those marks, the white marks, all once it lands in them. And also because they're gone.
Can you believe it? Another wicket straight after a no ball. With that shot, just fiddling outside off stump. Batsman is causing this indecision outside off stump. slippers in the mornings when they do that.
And Dhananjaya De Silva has walked out to the middle. Oh, hello. Big boom.
Snip the edge.
Shot way to the fence. Before had a go at it as well in terms of sort of trying being as tall as Janssen as well. He'll
It's off. He's just going to try to get as many as he can before.
Just to save a bit of time. They have been.
Dharma. There's the expectation that the ball doesn't and bounces and it's a decent pace. The hand.
But with Janssen in this innings, so as a batsman, you get a sense that this is what a bowler's, when the ball is bounced, the hands are thrown at.
He's been in fine touch through the year, Kamindu Mendes.
Yeah, it's a gift. Stab at the shin height. He's just crunched it to the cup. Tough. That's definitely a gift to get you early on. Before it's not that big a damage.
Direction of the ball changes quite closely and you don't have time to respond. Played in conditions which have swung quite a bit.
Shot. Long half volley and put away.
Nicely. Overpitched by Janssen and
You know, the shot sometimes in the ball's a bit. He's managed to hit that in the middle of his. Dhananjaya De Silva looking towards batsmen who bat with long sleeves.
The offside in the Dhananjaya De Silva. You're going to have to get it either side of that man. To expectant. And Vian Mulder got struck on the.
Oh, lovely. I mean, balls and the Tickles are still going to be playing their shots. What dismissal, but you would say it's getting out to a good.
Gone! It is in on the act. Gone.
lovely bowling from time shots, and he's forced that one early up in his innings, and he's got
So much work to do for the Slippers, and thus
First 10 overs are going to be the most difficult to deal with. There's another one. He's dragged this.
Yeah, you talk about that full delivery, Polly. On this occasion, the Sultan coming around the wicket. He threw his hands at it. A thick inside edge, another Sri Lankan wicket that parries.
You make mention of the fact that
For Marco Jansen.
so Stubbs this time for his second of the innings stage. Just over 60 overs bowled in this test. With the amount of time it took to get to this.
Gone for 13, beating his previous best.
He's an absolutely no man. And Marco Jansen.